What's up, YouTube? Just mogging right there. But today it's fucking 2:48 a.m. The 22nd of April 2025. We got fucking, I don't know what type of cake this is. This is like a cream. It's a cream pie. It's a bloody cream pie. That's what it is. We're gonna be eating this. It's pretty good, man. My grandmother made this. It's pretty good, sire. I don't have a plan for what I'm going to be talking about in this video, so I guess I'll just let it come to me. Oh. I was going to flash my huge fucking dollar bills, yo. This is $75. I made a 90 the other day by selling a computer. I did only spend $10 on it though, so $80 profit. That's been the theme. So like the $10 ones, I only really spend like $5 upgrading them, so maybe it's like 75 profit, okay, but like depending on the deals that I get, I could spend $5 to $10 and turn the PC into 15 or 20 and then sell it for 100. So yeah, I'm basically averaging $80 profit on each one. But that's 8xing my profit, bro. Like I spend $10, I make 90, or let's say even 75. That's 7.5 times the profit. That's really good. And these aren't one-offs because I bought 8 of these. I think I bought like 8 computers for like $80. So let's say I average $75 profit on each one. Let's pull out the old calculator Rooney here. Wait, can I pull out my calculator? Fuck. Sorry, I gotta do it on my computer because I'm kind of shitty at math. Okay, so if I spend 80, how should I do this fucking formula? Oh, wait, okay, so let's just do profit and how much money. Okay, so what's 75 times 8? Okay, that's 600, and then we'll deduct. So this is just on average. Let's actually let's make this a little higher because I do have other ones for 100. Let's say I'm making $80 profit. Let's multiply that by what, 8 here? Yeah, I have 8 computers. So that's $640. Then we need to deduct what I spent for it. 560 profit. If I sell each one for 100, then that would be $800, and we could deduct 80 from that and get $720 profit. So it really depends on how much I'm selling them for, but anywhere between like $550 and like $700 profit. But that's pretty good. And then what you do with that money is you use the profit. So I use this, and then I could buy like 7 more computers, whatever the fuck, or I could buy, because I already have like plenty of parts for them. And the good thing about this too is that you pull parts out from the PCs, like, you know, they came with the CPU, and most of them had RAM and like a shitty little GPU. No storage, but everything else. Power supply. So you like mix and match, you pull parts out from one. You could do a couple things. I could sell them on eBay. I could put them on another PC, use that to make money. Or I just take one out from one PC, put it in another, like, just use what works, what fits each system, and what you're going for. I definitely need to, like, keep better track on, like, what I'm spending and, like, how much money I'm making, but I already have all the parts, so I haven't really spent, like, any money on it, you know? And I know, like, here and there, I have, like, a GPU I bought for $5, like a 650 Ti or 5770. But yeah, I'm making good money off these computers. Like, oh, and I started doing Marketplace. So many more messages than Craigslist. And I can see how many clicks I'm getting on each listing. I can see how many people are saving my listing. I can see how many people are clicking on it. That being said, people definitely do use Craigslist because I could see a good deal that was posted an hour ago on Craigslist, and then I asked them, is this available? And they said, no, someone's already buying it. Or like, I'll let you know. It's pending. And I have sold like stuff the next day too, so on Craigslist. So people definitely are like, I get a lot more offers on Marketplace. Most of them are pretty shitty, or like they say, is this available? And I say, yes it is, and they don't say anything back. I do get a lot more like direct interest, like messages. I can see how many people have saved my listing. It's like eBay, I can see how many views I got. But yeah, I've sold stuff like next day on fucking Craigslist, so. But like, yeah, the bad thing about Craigslist is you just can't see the interaction other than messages. Okay, and it's only like email, or you can put your phone number in there. I only use Facebook. Oh, another good thing about Craigslist is there's no like rating system. It's kind of good, kind of. I'm gonna just take a knee here to be more on your level. The no rating system thing on Craigslist is pretty good because like people can't tell if you're like super experienced, like you've sold a lot, like me, or you're just getting into it. So like, yeah, it is kind of a negative, like, because you don't know who you're buying it from, really, like with ratings and shit. But at the same time, that could discourage people like me starting off on Facebook Marketplace. I need to like build a rating because I have no ratings, really. I don't have any ratings, and I don't have any content because I only use Facebook for Marketplace. Like, I don't use it for actual social media or messaging anybody or anything like that. So it's like, it kind of seems like I have like a spam account or whatever. But no ratings. That's a good thing about Craigslist, is that's not even expected. Like, people aren't gonna, it's not like eBay or too. Facebook Marketplace is very similar to eBay. Like, you have ratings, and like if you're like a 3.0, like no one's fucking buying from you. Like, you better be a 4.9 at least, like 4.9, 5 stars. Craigslist, you don't have to worry about that. So it is kind of, it's good for, you know, the seller, like if you're just getting into it and you don't have any credibility. But at the same time, I guess it's kind of negative for the buyer because you can't see if they have any real credibility, or if they're just a fucking scammer. Like, they have like a 2.0 rating on like 10 reviews, and they just say like, hey, this person's a fucking scammer, don't buy from them. That's helpful as a buyer, but sometimes as a seller, and sometimes there are shitty buyers. Like, I go by the motto, the customer is always right, pretty much, you know? Like, I'm not trying to shoot myself in the foot and not get a sale. I am very honest. Like, people ask me what my computers could do. They say like, hey, will this run Fortnite like for a $75, $100 PC? And I'm like, no, not unless you want to play it like 800 by 600 super low settings. Like maybe you could run it then. But yeah, I'm like really honest like with what my computers can do. In the listing, I do highlight what it can do, and I don't say what it can do. I heard that's like for advertising, you don't want to. It's like one of the first rules of advertising. It's like you don't want to like highlight deficiencies or like, you know, lessen the value of your product. You want to like boost the value of your product and the necessity of buying it as high as possible. So like in the listing, it's like, hey, do you like, here's like what my listing would be. It would be, do you need a computer that could do all your schoolwork, homework, and play games? Notice how I don't say it can play all of your games, because that would be a lie. But schoolwork, streaming YouTube and Netflix, those are both very easy things for a computer to do. So I do that, and I do schoolwork / office work, just general, computer stuff. That's something that pretty much any computer could do, Like video editing, gaming, those are all really intensive. And that you do need a more powerful computer for, but like a Word document or a spreadsheet or just browsing the internet, like that's very easy for most fairly modern computers, or even like 10, 12 years old. It's super easy. So I highlight that, and I say like, and then you don't want to spend hundreds or thousands of dollars, then this PC is for you. And then I do specs, and then I do the details. It's just very straight to the point. I have my pitch saying like why they should buy this computer, like why it's valuable, the specs of the computer, just so nothing is like, because if I look at a listing on Craigslist and like they have a PC and it's like, oh, it's a good PC, it can play any games, and there's no specs. I personally, if they take a good picture, I could tell what's in it pretty much, like half the time. Like I could be like, oh yeah, but like not putting any of the details in your product is like just selling a car and saying, oh, it's a good car, it's a fast car, It's just so I do that in my listings because it's professional, number one, listing the specs of your item, but also like just so there's no discrepancy. Like if someone bought it from me and they wanted to play fucking Cyberpunk 2077 and they bought $100 computer from me because they're retarded, they can, if they buy it from me, they just say, hey, is this available for purchase? Is this available to purchase? And I say yes, and then they meet up, buy it from me, take it home, try to play that game, and then obviously it probably won't even launch, or it's gonna run horribly. If they're like, hey, you ripped me off, I'd be like, no, I did not rip you off. I detailed all the specs, so if you weren't a retard, you can actually type it in on YouTube, or just, if you get the information, you have a device in your hand that unlocks all the fucking knowledge in the world, pretty much. So, it's like, it's not my fault you didn't do your research, or ask me questions about it. I'm perfectly fine with it, being asked questions. Because if you asked me, would this run Cyberpunk 2077? I'd be like, fuck no, it wouldn't. And then you could make your decision if you wanted to purchase it or not. But if you don't ask me any questions and you don't do your research, I will not, it's not I wouldn't accept a refund or anything like that, A store like fucking Best Buy or Walmart could do that. They could be like, they get all sorts of dumbasses in there. They could just be like, yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't do what I wanted to do. And they accept the return if you're within their return policy. Me, I'm a private seller. I set my return policy. My return policy is if I fuck up, if something that I put in the computer went faulty, within like a month, because like after like even maybe just like yeah, just like 3 weeks or something like that. Because like if I put in a faulty hard drive, it's probably gonna die right away. And that has happened once. I used a hard drive. I didn't think it was that bad or anything, but apparently it just died on the guy. So I actually went out to his house, replaced the replaced the drive, and he was fucking happy. I'm happy customer. But yeah, like I don't have any policies like that. It's more on like a case by case basis. But yeah, I wouldn't take it back if some guy said like, "Oh, I don't like it." I'd be like, "Too fucking bad." You had all the information right there. You do your research. I'm not like Walmart and Best Buy. I can't afford to be doing stuff like that, you know? I need every sale I could get. The reason why they could do that is because they make so much fucking money. It's like if I deal with a dumbass, it's way different than Walmart or Best Buy dealing with a dumbass. Half their customer base are fucking dumbasses who don't know anything about the product, you know? It's like, I gave you the knowledge to make an informed decision. You could choose to ask me or not ask me questions. That's not on me. I can't be like, hey, okay, imagine if I was like this. They're like, hey, is this available? And then I'm like, yes, it is, but by the way, it can't do this. I'd be like, it can't play, and then I list like 10 games, and it can't do this, and it can't do this. They'd be like, okay. Even if they didn't care about that, they'd be like, well, this is weird. Why is the guy talking shit about his own product? Like, I'm not gonna fucking buy this. It's like, but instead, I'm like, yes, it is. What time, date are you available to purchase it? I get right into the sale. But if they ask any questions, I answer honestly. So yeah, that's just my policy, you know. And I've never had any fucking complaints, you know. In fact, my customers are pretty fucking happy. Like I helped an old guy with his computer. I upgraded the parts um and optimized it. Like I revo and installed a bunch of useless apps. I organized all his shit and I made it run super fast. And then afterward, he texted me. He's like, "Oh, my computer sped up by like so much. Thank you. Like I wouldn't be able to do all the shit that I want to do on it without you." And I was like, "Yep, happy to help, man." So, anyways, that's my little rant about computers. I've been working on computers the last couple days, just mostly cleaning them out because like I bought them from this fucking. I got a good deal though, $10 for each, and I bought like 8 of them, from this computer place, and yeah, they're just really fucking dusty and dirty and everything like that. But I have an air compressor, not like cans of compressed air. I have a Harbor Freight air compressor, and I turn it on and it's super loud. I go out to the workbench, and the computers are in the garage, so I open up the garage door, blow them all out with the air duster. Then I have like a rag. I have a rag that I clean off the rest of it with and do that. So it's mostly cleaning, and then I need to put in like, let's say if I want to make like a kind of like just a low end gaming PC, you know. Uh, some of them came with 16 gigs of RAM too, like they're office computers, but they all have second gen i7s in them, so they're pretty powerful, you know, for their age. And yeah, they'll have like either 8 gigs or 16 gigs or whatever. So if it's a pretty much anything that I label gaming, it has to be 16 nowadays. So, and it's DDR3. It's fucking, I have so much DDR3. It's so cheap. So I just slap in 16 gigs there, and then slap in a fucking halfway decent fucking GPU. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It's not gonna be a 1080 Ti or anything like that. I'd say like probably GTX 7. No, like here's like a baseline, like GTX like 970 and below, pretty much, you know. Like I'm not, because if I whack in like a high power like 80 tier card, then it takes too much power. I like just single 6-pin and or no supplemental power required. And but those are just simple low end. Like your kid wants to play fucking Roblox and Minecraft and you know, just easy to run games. But like for an actual gaming PC, I don't really even use the office cases. Like most of the time, they're like pretty like kind of custom. You know, it'll be like an actual like just black PC case. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. And then like yeah, real parts, not like just office computers. But then that tier I can put in any tier of GPU because then it goes to an actual gaming PC. Like they expect more of like it could play like a lot of games and like the newer games at like lower settings and stuff like that. And then pretty much like the budget bangers, the $100 ones, you know, low end budget gaming PCs are just meant for the easiest to run games. But yeah, so I've just been working on computers mostly for the last couple of days. Actually, I did get a job and I worked there for 3 fucking days. It was such a scam. It's a fucking door to door sales job, and they lure people in by telling them they're gonna make all this money. Um, but you gotta knock on 150 doors a day. You gotta drive with your own work vehicle. You don't get paid for the gas or whatever to your car. It's all you have to deduct and keep track of it and everything. No benefits whatsoever. It's a base pay, so it's like 600 a week. It's not even by hour. Then like 150 doors a day minimum. And if you don't knock that, they can actually dock it out of your pay. And guess what? They don't tell you how much they dock out of your pay. So after it took me about 3 days. Like I was just kind of like, I was like, oh, I just need a job. You know, it's been a while. I haven't had a job since Best Buy, and I got ended that job like February 1st, basically. So I hadn't worked since then, you know, because I was too busy. I was busy Hong Kong, Phoenix. Um, yeah. So I got that job for 3 days, and I realized it was a fucking scam. Then I was like, you know what? It's like I don't have to like rush into any of these jobs. Like, and the more like I rush into a job, the worse it's gonna look on my resume, you know. Just like Amazon, only working there for like a fucking week. It's like trust me, like I'm not like one of these people who just gets a job for a fucking week. Like I don't want to do that, you know. I worked at a sign company for like 6 months. I worked at Best Buy for pretty much 6 months. Those are like my two main jobs, pretty much. Those are the longest lasting ones. Best Buy and the sign company. Then yeah, all the other jobs like didn't really. It's just because like I got them and then I was like, this isn't gonna fucking pan out. Like, but yeah. So I realized like I'm not gonna. I shouldn't just rush into fucking jobs. Because either they're scams or there's a fucking reason why they just want to hire you immediately. It's because they have such a fucking high turnover rate, like Amazon or like Brightside Windows. I'll name it right there because fuck them. Um, but yeah, like it's like I should be wary of like jobs that just want to like hire you fucking immediately and promise you all this shit, like because it looks bad on a resume. Like you know, I get they'll probably understand. They'll be like, oh yeah, he's like young, you know, still figuring out what he needs to do. Like they don't expect me to have like a fucking oh you need you need to be at this job like at least a year and shit like that. I know it's probably not the case, but like just for the future, I don't want it to just look bad on my resume only having a job for a fucking week and shit. Like even though it's not really my fault, it's a fucking shitty ass job, you know. Like I'm not lazy. Fucking the sign job was a hard fucking job, you know. Best Buy wasn't as like physically demanding or anything like that, but I don't know. I got a good experience from Best Buy, just sales experience and just talking to a shitload of people and just approaching people. Like that's what you have to do. You have to be like, hey, how's it going? Like, you know, be like, oh, you interested in looking at any computers? It's like, what brings you today, how you doing? Just stuff like that. Like hundreds of people a fucking day talking to them about computers. That's my job as a fucking computer salesman, pretty much. But professionally at Best Buy, making like barely above minimum wage. It's fucking so gay. I'd rather fucking sell my own computers and make so much money off that. Some way more money. But yeah, I'm just gonna do the computer stuff in the meantime until I can find a stable job. And then even when I get the stable job, I'm gonna fucking do computers on the side just because it's so fucking profitable for me. It's a great side hustle, dude. Like, I love just having cash. And yes, it's all cash. I think there's a good reason why it's all cash. Um, you know, because there's this. Oh, if the IRS is listening, it's under $600. Okay, I've made less than $600 this fiscal year. So what they don't know won't hurt them. Let's just say that. Anyways, like, yeah. So I'm gonna take my time getting this fucking job. I'm not in a fucking rush. I don't have any major bills or anything like that. Like, you know, the computers easily puts gas in my tank. I'll never have to worry about gas. Never have to worry about like groceries, anything like that. I don't really have any major bills. I don't. I live at home. If you can't tell, I don't have rent. I just do like a lot of, I live with my elderly grandma and my dad, so we basically take care of everything, like, chore related wise, and then that's like how I pay my rent. Just doing everything for her, like going to the grocery store, going here, taking her to an appointment, like cleaning, mowing the yard, everything like that. So I don't feel bad about not paying rent. Like, fuck it, I'd rather stay here and just stack my fucking money up, not having any bills really. Like, I realize like that it's way easier just to do the chores and do that than fucking pay 1,000 a month for some fucking shitty 1 bedroom apartment. Yeah, when I get a job where I have enough income to do that, I'll do that. But in the meantime, like, fuck that shit. Yeah, so just gotta take my time, find a good stable job, work on continuing and building my skills, like with the cybersecurity. Um, yeah, my plan is basically like long term plan is just like get a stable job that makes me enough money and like, put it into savings, and then keep learning, keep just getting like resume padding skills basically, and like stuff that may open doors in the future, like my cybersecurity certificate from Google. Just stack of a lot of certs. Then eventually, like next year, because they closed the training for like trade work, like an electrician. I could become an electrician and work on like servers and stuff like that too. So that kind of molds both my or like one of my interests in computers, because like a PC technician isn't really like that high paying of a job, to be honest. Like, other than freelance it is, but like working for like some fucking local business, they're paying you max like 20 an hour and shit. And it's like freelance, it does make really good money. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I worked for 2 hours and the guy gave me $210. And this isn't even this isn't a one off. Like, I worked for another guy. I worked for him for 3 hours. He gave me 200 and a PC case, the Corsair C70. And guess how much that's worth? Okay, this is in hundreds. The Corsair C70 is a super rare case. It's like an ammo crate. The case looks like an ammo crate. It's forest green, which is the more expensive, more rare one. It has like the ammo crate, like where it goes on the latch and then closes down. It has like a launch button. It looks so fucking cool. But this is in hundreds of dollars. How much it's worth if you sell it on eBay? It's worth $400. For 3 hours work, he gave me 200 cash. And this is the guy I met at Best Buy too. Like he was like, yeah, I'm transferring my I have this old case and I want to transfer it to the new case, and he bought the new case at Best Buy, and I was talking to him, and I was like, yeah, I work on computers, man, like this is a nice case you got here, and like what parts are you putting in it? And then we just got a conversation. And he's like, hey, I don't really like know what I'm doing really, like could you like come over and help me? And I was like, oh, and I had a business card at Best Buy and I wrote my fucking number down on it. I was like, here you go, man. And like a couple days later, fucking dude, that guy gave me like $600 worth of shit for like 3 hours of work. Like, fuck, that's crazy. So it's not even a one-off. Like, dude, the freelance like technician stuff, just helping people with their computers, like, bro, I made a lot of money off that. I love that shit, man. Like, computers are a fucking skill. They're like, dude, if I was able to do this like more consistently, like just get the outreach that I need to like sell, like get sales like every day, every other day, like fuck, that would be crazy. I would never work again. I would never work a real job if I could do that, dude. Because I make so much money off of it, you know. Where else am I gonna make fucking 100 an hour? And even if I consider my profits, like I probably only spend like an hour on most of these PCs, like each individual one, an hour, hour two. In a normal job, what is that? Minimum wage is like 15 after tax, so I'd be making what 30 for 2 hours of work. Well, depending on how much I pay for it, depending on circumstances, like I'm basically making like after I sell it, I make 75, 80 profit. After spending an hour worth of work on it, that's legit $80 an hour. And then when I do the technician stuff, like I made fucking 105 an hour once, and then counting that case that guy gave me, I made like 200 an hour for 3 hours of work. Like, like bro, like if I was able to do this fucking consistently, like even fucking what 3 times a week, 200, two, even 100 an hour for fucking 2, 3 times a week for like, bro, I would never fucking work a real job again in my life if I was able to just keep doing that. That shit is where the money's at. Fucking computer skills. I mean, saying it now, like, I'm interested in it, so it's not really like work to me. Like, it's fun, it's a challenge. You know, parts don't work, parts work. I gotta figure out what doesn't work, what needs to go where. Like, it's basically like it's like building a Lego set. Um, but yeah, I mean, think about it now. Like, I made a lot of money off of it, and if I just could find a way to do it consistently, like just get people consistently buying the computers, like requesting service. Like if I just advertise a shit ton, I put like listings everywhere, multiple listings. If I could advertise my service and be like, hey, I'll do it cheaper than the fucking you know, if you call like yeah, Geek Squad at Best Buy or those PC guys, like they charge so much more because they have overhead. I don't fucking have overhead. I'm just one guy doing it. I barely have any bills. Like I have no overhead, so of course I'm gonna be cheaper. And people are usually like they're willing to pay like some like local guy, you know. It's like I don't work for any fucking business. Like I'll probably do it cheaper and faster than those other guys because like they know they're getting paid by the hour. Like they'll probably take their sweet ass time with it, you know. They're getting paid by the hour. And they gotta do work, so it's like I'll probably do it cheaper and faster than them. And it's still good fucking quality work. I've never gotten a fucking bad review from any of it. Like computers, basically as long as you aren't running some, even if you're running in Windows 98 PC, I could probably figure it out. I would definitely suggest upgrading, but like, I'm not gonna force them to buy anything or do anything like that. It's just like just kill them with kindness. Like, you make more money the nicer you are, basically. Like, people are, if you're like an asshole, you're like, yeah, you're dumb. Your computer fucked up because you did this to it. But if you're like nice and understanding with them, it's like they're way more willing to pay you more money to do that. Like, just provide people good fucking service, and yeah. Anyways, man, it's been a long enough rant. Probably need to get to bed soon, but just talking about random shit. So good night, y'all.